What's up, everybody? We're back today. Go ahead and hit that like button, thumbs that shit up, subscribe, and then maybe I'll come back with a double upload. Say what? No, enough of that shit. Let's get into it. Anthem. Ooh, Anthem. EA, what did you do to another beloved fucking company? What did you do? Anthem is a game that I had zero expectations, and somehow they managed to make me go, it could be something. And then I was like, this demo, not really cutting it. Let's get into it. So Anthem starts off with you automatically jumped into level 10, I believe. And so I did some exploring, as you'll see on the screen. I really wanted to get a glimpse of the world. And the first thing that struck out to me was the NPCs. They're not talking, they're not saying anything. You go into a bar and you see someone, and he talks a little bit, he seemed a little bit interesting, but no one else was saying much unless you went up to, unless you pressed a button and then they would speak. I thought that was fucking weird. I don't know if they're going to include voices in the main release, which would be really odd, but the world just seemed dead. It seemed like they forgot to script the NPCs to, I don't know, maybe act like NPCs. If this is a social hub and this is where we're going to spend 95% of our time, then why the fuck isn't anybody talking? I went into the marketplace and no one was saying much of anything, and it just felt fake and contrived. It felt like the world was put together. It felt like it was just placed together by a video game company. And I had the same problem with Elder Scrolls Online, where their world seemed faked and just felt like it was pieced together. Now, Elder Scrolls Online did a better job going forward with that. I still feel like it's really more of the same, but I would just go off and explore and look at this world, and I would run into things that said not available for the demo. And the thing was, they were codex pages. They were just little notes that you could read in the world, and it wasn't available for the demo. Like, I'm not sure what's going on there. Theus, I believe his name, he seemed okay, but at the same time, it just felt so fake. Like, the game is so soulless. Nothing in there really feels impactful. There really wasn't much life, and that's really the biggest negative I'm gonna give this game. It's just bland. It's generic. There's not really anything that I saw that stood out. I think the combat is decent. I don't think it's anything spectacular. I think some of the powers are really cool. I think the game is insanely grindy. There was a mission where we had to take down this huge boss, and people don't know how to take down MMO-like bosses, where you don't focus on the side enemies, you focus on the main enemies. There's a lot of confusion. Menus don't make a lot of sense. I was trying to find subtitles, and it took me like 20 minutes because I didn't know what the fuck they were doing. I think the map marker system is pretty atrocious. I think there's no real way to get where you want to be in a efficient manner. I just think overall the game has really nothing going for it other than the combat and the flying, and even then I don't like the bullet spongy enemies. I have a tough time with the mission design. I know it's a demo, but the demo didn't really give us much of anything. I would walk up to people and they wouldn't acknowledge me, and if they did, I would have to go behind them and then they would speak to me. The whole mech suit ordeal thing is cool, but I don't really understand it in a sense, because it makes it look like I'm not that tall, but then I am super tall when you go in, so I'm not sure what the deal with that is. I didn't realize that you can't go into mission solo. Like, can you go into mission? I couldn't figure out if you can go into a mission solo or not. So I just ended up doing quick play, which was really poorly designed. It goes back to the interface and UI problem that I had, where you struggle to figure out where you go to just start a mission. And then once you figure out the mission, how do you get it started? It just seemed very clunky. I ended up just going around doing some free play stuff, and that was fun to kill enemies. It felt good. I liked the guns. I think they're okay. I don't like the fact that eventually I ran out of ammo when I was fighting that big boss, and I really couldn't do much about it because I was in a position where I had to stay put, otherwise I was going to get rocked. So I just don't see a lot of things going for it. I couldn't figure out how to fly, which was really weird, and then I had to go into the controls menu. I've been playing games for years and years and years and years, and if I can't just figure out one of your key mechanics instantly, I think that's a problem. I really do think that's a problem. The outside world is very generic, and when I was in free play, it was just a jungle with a bunch of random people, scavenger looking type motherfuckers. I just don't know what to say. I don't know what happened to BioWare. I don't know if it's an EA problem, a BioWare problem. I just feel really saddened by the fact that this is what they're coming out with. A game that's a clone version of Destiny and a little bit of not Titanfall. Well, I can see a little bit of Titanfall in there. Just kind of like the mech suit shit. And the Division, I just don't think it's a very compelling thing to play right now. I don't think there's going to be a lot of in-game stuff. The in-game stuff is like strongholds, which are like raids, dungeon-ish, but a little bit longer and more elaborative. I think Division 2 has made changes to the non-bullet sponge enemies. I think that's what Anthem should have done with their game. There's no PvP, so I guess people are going to be playing PvE for the rest of Anthem's life. I don't see this game doing very well. I think that the best case scenario, it's generic. It's playable. It feels alright. Is it going to keep me interested? Probably not. I don't think I'm going to buy this at all. I don't really see a reason to. So there is crafting. There is looting. Crafting in another one of these games is, again, it's like mundane. It's whatever, man. If you enjoy the gameplay loop, you're going to enjoy crafting and putting shit together, harvesting shit, putting it with that item, with this item, combine this item to make that item. I guess that's alright. Another thing I wanted to touch on was the missions. The missions, if you wander off too far, you're going to be automatically teleported to your teammates. And that seemed like a problem. Every time I went to go play, I was immediately stopped by a loading screen. If I was just a half second too short, loading screen, loading screen, loading screen, loading screen. The world, from what I've seen, isn't that big, which is hard to tell because you look at the map and you're just like, what the fuck is this, you know? Is it big? Is it small? Why is everything backed up by a loading screen? Is this The Sims 4? Is this what we're doing? Going forward, every game's going to be a loading screen? Loading screen, loading screen. I don't know, man. I think EA is in trouble. They're really relying on Madden and FIFA, and that's it. Madden and FIFA are saving EA, and that's why their stock is plummeting, because they cannot seem to create things that people want to play, and then they do their shady business practices. The release schedule for this game is another thing where they're being greedy. Don't let these companies dick you around like this. Do not spend your money on something like this when, one, it's already generic, and two, they have like 9 release dates. That's fucked up. I'm not spending $2,000 just to play it on the day it's supposed to come out. But then 2 weeks later, it's supposed to come out for someone else who didn't spend $2,000, who spent $60. My money's not good enough. My $60 isn't good enough. I have to spend $2,000, and I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you get the idea. So yeah, I'm going to leave a little bit of footage in here so you guys could get a sense of it. I might just go ahead and upload my full hour-plus demo footage just to give you guys an idea of my playthrough and what I did, and just to get an overall feel for it. If you guys like the game, let me know in the comments. If you dislike the game, let me know. I'm interested in your opinions. If you have any ideas, thoughts, or suggestions for videos, I'm always up for that. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.